news right here on your TV. It's Thursday, June 18th, and I'm Jessica Kading. There are 10 less active cases of COVID-19 in Halton than there were yesterday. In total, that means we have 83 active cases, and when we break that down by municipality, 25 of those cases are in Burlington, 23 in Oakville, 26 in Milton, and only 9 in Halton Hills. This downward trend is great to see, especially as we're about to enter phase 2 of reopening the economy here in Halton, and it's almost as though you can feel the expectation in the air. Nikki Wesley took to the streets today to find out what you're most excited about.
I'm here downtown Oakville, speaking with people about what they've really missed during physical distancing and what they're most excited about as we move into stage 2 here in Halton tomorrow.
I'm excited because everything's kind of opening up and we're kind of starting over again after COVID kind of ended off. And I'm excited to spend some money that I have left over, and I'm hoping there's some good sales at some of these stores.
This restaurants opening with a place to sit outside. I've been dying for this day. It's so hard to make meal after meal after meal at home, and just to be able to socialize with other people and be outside.
Paul the hairdresser!
And why are you excited about getting your hair done?
Because I have so many dead ends. I'm exposed as a fake blonde. Yeah.
Oh man, and get out on a patio. Woohoo! So excited, everybody back to work. All good. So I'm pumped. Beer on the patio.
Nice. What is it do you think that you've missed the most about beer on a patio?
Just people interaction. So just coming together. I mean, it's pretty boring at home all the time. It's just not good.
I'm looking forward to actually meeting up with friends and actually networking again after this 4 months or whatever, and actually dropping new music because I make music. I'm a rapper and producer.
It's that interaction to be able to have our guests meeting with friends and family in person together, to be able to be having an amazing burger, ice cold beer, as opposed to just having to stay at home. We've been doing delivery and takeout through this whole time, which has been great, but really missing the opportunity to be able to have our guests interact with each other and be here in person.
I'm excited to go to public pools because I haven't been swimming in a really long time, so that's exciting for me.
Yeah, public pools.
Yeah.
What do you like the most about public pools?
Just that everyone's having a good time, and I feel like nobody's really been happy like that for a while since we're all inside.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Going out with friends and stuff.
What are you excited about?
I guess I'm really excited for, all the haircut places to open up, with the quarantine and everything's been closed. So I'm really excited to see my hairstylist again and get a nice fade. Maybe some waves.
What does your hair look like right now?
My hair? Oh, it looks horrible. Yeah. I woke up like this. I know, it's hard to believe.
I think like everybody else, we're probably just feeling really good about things starting to normalize a little bit and getting back to the old world, or a little bit of the old world. Getting my hair done, obviously, and being able to eat outside and seeing people and chatting and just taking some of the anxiety away. I think those are the things that we're all looking forward to, but at the same time trying to stay safe. So kind of getting a balance between the two.
I was also able to connect with Oakville's MPP Stephen Crawford today as we head into phase 2 tomorrow.
I was excited when the Premier announced on Monday, Jessica, that the Premier said that Halton region would be moving to phase 2 as of midnight tonight. So it's exciting. It's a step in the right direction, and it's really a testament to the people of Oakville and the people of Halton who have been really abiding by the rules in a very positive way, and that's led us to where we are today. So there will be restaurant patios, for example, being able to be open as of midnight, and also some other businesses and malls and whatnot. Of course, social distancing remains, so there's still a lot of rules and regulations. It's not life as normal as it was before, but it's a step in the right direction. So I think everybody in Halton is really happy about that.
The Ontario Minister of Education, Stephen Lecce, announced $15 million to purchase thousands of classroom computers and $10 million to hire additional mental health workers. This funding represents the highest amount the Ministry of Education has ever dedicated to these two areas through the Grants for Student Needs. I spoke with Oakville MPP Stephen Crawford about that as well today.
Premier Ford made some announcements today at Queen's Park, first of which was an additional investment for computers in schools and an additional investment in mental health workers in secondary schools. So The Premier announced that he'd be spending $10 million more for mental health workers to work in the secondary schools. And I think that's a reflection of our commitment to mental health. We've already made some big investments in mental health, but I think with COVID, I think there's going to be some more issues, unfortunately. And second as well, we announced a contact tracing app as well. And I think this is really good news. It'll be voluntary, focused on privacy, but basically it's a made in Ontario solution, partnering with the federal government and being able to track people that come into contact with COVID and notifying them. So this is really critical in the fight against COVID. So this is some big news today, and that'll be effective July 2nd.
This Made in Ontario app called COVID Alert is being rolled out in partnership with the federal government. Premier Doug Ford referred to it as a privacy-first app. It's not meant to collect personal or location data. Instead, it uses Bluetooth technology to send out encrypted, anonymized codes to other nearby phones that also have the app. I asked MPP Crawford to explain more about that.
Basically, it's the ad was put together with some volunteers from Shopify, working in conjunction with the federal and provincial government. And essentially, it'll be able to track movements and track those that come into contact with COVID, people that find out they have COVID, so we can get to them, isolate them quickly. And this will have, I think, a big effect in terms of getting down those infection numbers. And of course, will be 100% voluntary for the people of Ontario, but it's nice to know we have a Made in Ontario solution here.
2 Burlington men are among the 3 men charged in relation to the largest amount of fentanyl ever seized by police in Ontario. 5 search warrants were used to investigate suspected fentanyl tableting and storage sites, with 1 location in Oakville and 4 locations in Burlington. As a result, investigators seized 123,700 fentanyl pills, 70 kilos of fentanyl powder, 700 empty bulk pharmacy-sized pill bottles, and fake oxycodone labels. Additionally, they seized $20,000 and several items used to make pills, such as mixers, a pill press, counterfeit tabling stamp, and a coding machine. 30-year-old Halid Sifik and 34-year-old Eden Sifik, both of Burlington, have both been charged and released with the expectation that they'll appear in court on September. 56-year-old Richard Anastoff of Toronto was also charged. Police say that methamphetamine has a serious impact on public safety and contributes to an increased risk of violence and property crimes. It's made with dangerous chemicals in clandestine labs and poses a serious threat. In light of this, they ask you to let them know if you suspect you know where a drug production site may be. Perhaps you notice suspicious activity where people only attend for short amounts of time at odd hours, excessive security, chemical odors or dumping, covered windows, and odd items. If you notice a place like this, you're advised to keep your distance and call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. There was a home invasion in Georgetown on May 31st where shots were fired. Police have now arrested one of the men believed to be involved. Just yesterday, the Halton Tactical Rescue Unit executed a criminal code search warrant at a Brampton residence where they arrested and charged 23-year-old Shamari Tyndale, who's been charged with 8 charges, including robbery with a firearm and discharging a firearm. Tyndale has been held in custody pending a bail hearing. The investigation is continuing and police are actively seeking other parties involved in this incident. Police are asking anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. A 19-year-old Burlington resident is now facing 14 charges. These charges are a result of driving a motorcycle without a license or insurance, failing to stop at a stop sign, and performing stunts, among other charges. The motorcycle was seized by police, who'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that you must have a valid license, valid insurance policy, and also follow the rules of the road. In other news, 2 local organizations are getting thousands of dollars from a federal fund. Melissa Candelaria has that one.
Today, I'm pleased to announce that a combined $36,000 will be going to these 2 Milton organizations.
Those organizations Milton MP Adam Van Koeverden is referring to are Community Living North Halton and Country Heritage Agricultural Society. Van Koeverden made the announcement via Zoom at Country Heritage Park Thursday. He says the funding came from the local Food Infrastructure Fund, which was launched in 2019.
Backed by a federal investment of $50 million. This is one of the Food Policy for Canada's signature initiatives. Over the next 4 years, the fund will support community-led projects at urban gardens, food banks, community kitchens, greenhouses, and community organizations like the ones we're announcing today.
One of the programs the funding supports is Community Living's Lunchbox Cafe. The organization's president, Greg Edmiston, says this program helps train adults with developmental disabilities to work in a kitchen.
This grant from Agriculture and the Agri Fund and the local Food Infrastructure Fund has been just perfect in terms of timing. It's allowing us to purchase a new modern gas stove, a fridge, a number of things, a specialty coffee maker, which is a big deal these days, and it's going to make us more relevant, but it's also going to ensure that the folks that are training in our cafe get an opportunity to use modern equipment that they'll need to be familiar with when they get out there in the community.
Now, for the Country Heritage Agricultural Society, President Jamie Ream says the funding will go towards work that is based around community.
We have developed programs that are geared towards the Center of Excellence for Food and Farming Education. These are important aspects inside an era where we've forgotten that our food comes from a farm somewhere. So we're teaching people this aspect. The program that we had worked in with the local food fund is actually the development of a bus and cooling system that'll be used to transport inner city kids from Toronto to continue to work out on the farms outside of their area, comfortably come here to develop food boxes as well to go back. We're trying to encourage entrepreneurial spirit within food deserts, specifically Jane and Finch areas, but as well, we're going to utilize it for food box programs within Halton region themselves. This is geared towards helping those that don't ever have enough.
Now, these projects were two of over 300 projects that received money from the local Food Infrastructure Fund. Applications are currently being accepted for Phase 2. Just go to the Government of Canada's website for details. Reporting for Halton News, I'm Melissa Candelaria.
The Darling Home for Kids provides high-quality respite, residential, and hospice palliative care services for children who are medically complex, many of whom suffer from progressive illness. One of their major fundraisers, called Wheels, started 10 years ago, and it will continue this year with a twist. This Sunday, you're invited to join the Darling Home for a virtual ride with Wheels.
We are very excited to celebrate the 10th annual Wheels Ride presented by Madami Homes. The event started in 2011, and we've welcomed over 1,000 cyclists on the lawns at the Darling Home for Kids. But unfortunately this year, due to the pandemic, we had to revise things. Our volunteer planning committee quickly gathered, and we re-planned the event to be a virtual event. So we are urging people to keep wheels moving for the Darling Home for Kids.
Now, how is this going virtual? Tell me a little bit more about that, how that will work.
Sure. We are asking people to register on ridewithwheels.ca and create their own fundraising page and decide how they're going to keep moving. We have some people that are cycling, walking, running. We even have a gym that is doing a virtual fitness class where donations can gain you access to the fitness class to keep moving. We have families walking dogs. There's various opportunities for people to keep moving, even as creative as just dancing in your kitchen. Just to keep moving for the Darling Home, to send your fundraising page out and ask for donations in support of the home.
And where will these donations be spent?
Excellent question. The donations are being directed this year towards our Embrace campaign, which was a recently launched capital campaign for the home to add 10,000 square feet of space to our facility. So we are extending the palliative hospice care wing by adding a kitchen and private space for those who are in end of life care. But we're also adding 3 new bedrooms, 2 new washrooms, a larger medication room, multifunctional spaces for private meetings and intake sessions with clients, a larger playroom, multi-sensory room, and various other spaces. So it's quite a big expansion for us.
So for those who are raring to go and want to get started, what's the first step and how do they participate?
First step would be to go to ridewithwheels.ca and register yourself there and get right on it. We have fundraising open until June 30th, so we can keep going beyond this weekend.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
The virtual walk for Down syndrome is also taking place this weekend in Halton. We'll have those details for you up next. The Halton Down Syndrome Association is still going ahead with their annual Walk for Down Syndrome fundraiser, but they're going to be doing it a little differently this year. We spoke with one of the organizers, Rebecca Hurin, this morning to tell us more.
We've launched our event on Facebook, on our Facebook page. Our families have registered, so we have a team captain from every family. So we have almost 40 teams registered this year, and those team captains have asked their networks to join their team and to walk with them for 21 minutes. We're only asking for people to walk 21 minutes in their neighborhood, and the 21 represents the 3 copies of chromosome 21 that an individual with Down syndrome has in their DNA makeup. So 21 minutes, wherever you are, you're joining your team. We're asking for donations, obviously. We've taken a hard hit with revenue, as everybody else has, and we're trying to keep our doors open to support our families in the Halton region who have an individual with Down syndrome, to continue our programming, to continue our advocacy, and we do that through fundraising through our community. So we're asking people to join the team. It costs $21 for your household to walk on Saturday, and as well, we're obviously asking for donations. We have a silent auction that we're launching on Saturday as well. That's gone online, so we've uploaded all of our items to the website, and people are going to be able to bid on those throughout the week for the silent auction option. And those are just some of the ways that people can get involved this weekend. Our association, the Halton Down Syndrome Association, started in 1984 by 6 families that had children with Down syndrome that needed support. They needed a community. They needed to just gather together to offer support and strategies. And many years later, I had a daughter, my husband and I had a daughter, Evelyn, who is now 7.5, who surprised us on delivery by having Down syndrome. And she has been a huge blessing to our life, to our friends, to our family. It's a journey that we never expected to be on, but one that has absolutely opened our eyes to so many things. To inclusion and to positivity and to patience. And we have met so many individuals through the Halton Down Syndrome Association that we never would have crossed paths with before. Some of our closest friends we have met along this journey in the last 7 years. And we have that link, we have that connection because we know someone with Down syndrome. And this association continues to pour into our community, continues to pour into programming and advocacy and awareness. We go bowling with our association, and we go to music classes, and we go to the mall and do flash mob dances. Our high school groups do flash mob dances in the middle of the mall to bring awareness that people with Down syndrome are an extremely important part of our community. They should be respected, they should be employed. And those are just some of the things that our association does. And my husband and I, could not ask for a better group of people that have pulled together, that continually adapt and change, and bring awareness and positivity to support the lives of people with Down syndrome.
Sunny skies out there today as we look out over Rattlesnake Point Conservation Area in the town of Milton. Looking ahead to what to expect over the next 5 days, mainly sunny skies again for our Friday with an afternoon high of 29 degrees unless you're down by the lake. The high there will only reach 24, but the humidex will make it feel like 34, and the UV index will be quite high at 9. Saturday will come with a 30% chance of showers and a high of 31 degrees. Those clouds will clear overnight but return with them and bring a 40% chance of rain on Sunday. Looking into next week, clear sunny skies reaching 28 degrees Monday, but by evening a 40% chance of rain showers Monday night, which will increase to a 60% chance by Tuesday with those cloudy skies. And now we'll look to how our markets closed out today, including our local companies. It's time for another quick break. We'll be back with the latest from the Burlington Food Bank after this. Welcome back to Halton News right here on your TV. I'm Jessica Kading. Safe food handling is important for the Burlington Food Bank as they deliver to families all over the city. Here's today's update.
How things have been going here for us at the food bank. Things have been going well. We're actually starting to pick up, be a little bit busier again. I think people are just in need again, and thankfully we've had Feed Ontario supply a lot of extra hampers for us. We're actually going over to our storage unit to pick up more this week. We already picked up some earlier this week, so that says that we are helping a lot more families and being able to support them in that way. One of the other things that maybe people don't know is we're also checked out by the Ministry of Health here in Halton Region on a regular basis to make sure that everything we have is up to date. And our pest control guy just said hi to me as he was leaving and let us know that everything's great here. We get checked on a regular basis, monthly actually, by them to make sure that we're doing well. And so we thank them for all that they do in making sure that we're able to stay safe, and for the health region here within Halton. Just that ministry comes by once a year, make sure that we're all good, and we've been able to pass that really well over the last few years, and we're really proud of that. So again, thanks everyone out there that's been supporting us. We still need your support. If you can become a monthly donor, go to our website www.burlingtonfoodbank.ca and connect with us there. And again, if you need our assistance, info@burlingtonfoodbank.ca, or give us a call 905-637-2273.
While Canada's largest Rib Fest in Burlington has already been cancelled, and the Oakville Rib Fest as well, Waterdown's O Canada Rib Fest has decided to pivot into a virtual Rib Fest so that you can still enjoy those ribs while also supporting local restaurants. Well, you'll be able to pick up those ribs and enjoy the virtual event from home. It will take place over the weekend of June 27th and 28th. They will be live streaming live music by popular Rib Fest performers. If you're a restaurant who wants to get involved, it's not too late. For more information, please visit ocanadaRibFest.ca. Milton's Mayor Gord Krantz says while we can't safely gather in person this year for Canada Day, we can still celebrate our country as a community and remain connected online. Milton is taking their Canada Day celebrations virtual this year. Residents are encouraged to tune in to MyFM 101.3 at 11 a.m. to start off by singing the national anthem. For more information, follow Town of Milton on Facebook or Twitter. I'd like to thank you so much for tuning in tonight. You can find more on yourtv.tv. For Halton News, I'm Jessica Kading.